Have you ever wondered why happiness seems so fleeting? Why one moment you're smiling, and the next you're caught in a wave of restlessness or frustration? It's not because joy is rare, it's because we've tied it to things that are constantly changing. Sadhguru invites us in this chapter to look deeper, to discover a joy that doesn't depend on what's happening outside. Imagine this, you're on a roller coaster. When it climbs, you're thrilled. When it drops, you're terrified. That's how most people live, emotionally up and down, constantly reacting to life's highs and lows. But what if you didn't have to be at the mercy of every twist and turn? What if your inner state could remain steady, joyful, and untouched? Sadhguru reminds us that there is a space within each of us, untouched by success or failure, untouched by praise or blame. A space that simply is. When you begin to connect with this stillness, you become less dependent on circumstances for happiness. You start to be joy rather than seek it. The challenge is that we've been conditioned to believe that joy comes from something. A new relationship, a bigger paycheck, a better body. But Sadhguru flips this on its head. He says, joy is not the result of action. It is the basis of action. In other words, when you're joyful, you do things well, not the other way around. Let's reflect on that. Most of us do things thinking they'll bring happiness. But how often does that really last? You get the job, but soon want a promotion. You find love, but fear losing it. Sadhguru is asking us to change the source. What if you begin in joy and move through life from that fullness? He uses a powerful metaphor. Imagine a lamp that needs no fuel. It burns brightly on its own. That's how your inner self can be, radiant, peaceful, and alive, without needing anything external to light it up. You don't have to earn joy. You simply have to clear the blocks to it. What are those blocks? They're the beliefs, fears, and compulsions that say, I'll only be okay if they love me, if I succeed, if I get what I want. But joy doesn't come from external conditions being met. It comes when you are aligned inwardly, body, mind, energy, emotion. That's the science of inner engineering. You may ask, but how do I live in the world, have goals, love people, and still remain detached? Sadhguru answers with clarity. It's not about cutting off. It's about being involved, but not entangled. Love deeply, work passionately, but don't hand over your inner well-being to anyone or anything. That's real power. When your joy is not based on someone else's behavior, when your peace doesn't shatter with one piece of bad news, then you're no longer just surviving. You're living with mastery. You become the source, not the seeker. Think of it like the sun. Whether clouds cover it or not, the sun is still shining. In the same way, when you anchor yourself in your inner joy, outer events may come and go, but your light remains. That's the beauty of turning inward. You don't wait for good days. You create them from within. Sadhguru often says, the quality of your life is determined by how you experience it, not what you have. So how do we upgrade our experience? Not by changing everything outside, but by aligning our inside. That means becoming aware, conscious, intentional. So take a moment today. Not to chase something, not to fix someone, but to simply sit and feel the aliveness within you. That gentle pulse, that breath, that awareness. This is your starting point. And if you can be joyful here, you can be joyful anywhere. This is not about denial. Life will still have its waves. But when your anchor is within, the storm doesn't drown you. It passes, and you remain. Not cold, not numb, but clear, rooted, and awake. So, are you ready to stop outsourcing your happiness? To begin living from a place of joy, not fear, not lack, not need, but fullness? You don't need perfect conditions. You only need to turn inward. As Sadhguru says, if your inner nature is joyful, your actions will be of a different quality altogether. So today, choose to start with joy. And let that joy overflow into your words, your work, your walk. Type, I am the source in the comments if this touched you. And don't forget to subscribe. We're walking this sacred path together. This is not the end. This is your beginning.